ahead. What's the topic?
No, well, I wanted to talk about something that happened last week. I don't know if you were aware of it.
I'm aware of everything that
Kendall
happens. Kendall
Jenner.
Yeah.
She was getting heat.
Kendall Jenner?
You know Kendall Jenner, right?
Yeah, the
I think
the model
the
one.
youngest, I don't know if she's
The model one.
but
Yeah,
the
she's
model,
the skinny one.
the skinny tall one. Yeah, I guess she brought out her own tequila. I think it's
yeah, you texted me the cultural. I didn't understand that.
12 or something.
Yeah, cultural appropriation.
Well, yeah, I don't know if you've seen the ad.
Yeah, so
like she's in Mexico and the tequila fields and like
she's
riding
supposed
a
to be in
horse with the
Mexico.
ponytails, you know.
Yeah,
and then she's with all these like Mexicans that did. I mean, I honestly, I not that I don't like the way they depict them. It's just complicated. But anyway, she was getting heat because they're like, oh, that's cultural appropriation. You know, like you're taking somebody else's culture and like appropriating it, you know, for your own benefit, monetary benefit.
Yeah.
And I was like, God damn, like, dude, I don't know, like at one point.
Do you agree with that? So let's go at that point. Do you agree with that? Like, do you think a culture, like, yeah?
I mean, let's look up the definition of cultural appropriation before anything.
The fools on Cosas, the podcast I listened to, they actually talked about that.
The unacknowledged or inappropriate adoption of the customs, practices, ideas of one people or society by members of another, and typically more dominant people or society. But isn't it like this definition? Wait.
Well, inappropriate. What would be considered inappropriate? That's subjective.
Yeah. Also, but the dominant people. So who's dominant? So you're automatically saying that
white people are dominant.
Exactly. Hold on.
Do you agree with that? I don't know.
I know, right? Like, what the fuck? I'm trying to look at the Webster.
You ain't gonna win here, though. And I'll explain why. It's because no matter if she depicted it or not, when they said it was Kylie Jenner's or what's that? Whatever. Kendall,
yeah.
When they said it was Kendall Jenner that made it, they would have said it's cultural appropriation anyways because tequila is Mexican. So why is she trying to take our product? I don't think she wins in that situation.
Yeah.
You know,
but
I just don't know.
My thing isn't
in reality though. Are we? Well, I guess before we go into that, it's like, are we at a point where?
But is that bad?
To culturally appropriate?
Yeah.
Are we at the point yet where cultures are too intertwined to?
That's what I was gonna get to. So, my first question would be: is that bad? Cultural appropriation, is it bad? Because if it is, then we're all guilty of it. Everybody has culturally appropriated one way or another. You know,
but this is only when this is the issue where I have about this. Like, it's normally done by the more dominant person, more dominant group. Like, it would only be like,
but until when? Until when will it shift?
Until I guess there's no person that's dominant. I don't know.
Exactly.
Until we're all mixed, pretty much, because we're gonna get close to that.
Yeah.
I mean, in certain states, maybe in other states, we're not.
So you think the problem is that it was a white American person doing it, you know, toward.
In the general sense, I guess that's what the problem is. I think individually, like as a person myself, I mean, I don't know if I want to say like I don't see anything bad with it.
Yeah.
Because that like, I mean I think there is in some situations extremely bad like to do that.
Yeah.
You know, like when people do, like when you're like talking about blackface, like when people paint their face, like when they used to paint black and then be like you're the black person in the movie.
Yeah.
Well, in ideas like that's kind of like. That's bad, right? Because it's racist. That's more like racist, right?
Like, well, I mean,
that's the thing.
Not so much racist, but it was considered like, how do you call it? Fuck.
The issue is okay. Let's just go back. I think the issue is that we're at the point now where everything is becoming inappropriate.
Yeah.
So no matter what white person does it, it becomes inappropriate.
Only if the white person
unless it's a white person that a lot of people like.
See,
okay, so like an example would be, I know this is not necessarily cultural appropriation, but let's just say talking about like the difference here, where like, well, you know, white people are doing this, white people are doing that, whatever it is, right? Well, there's a situation like in the NBA, okay, where they're like, well, they're not hiring a lot of minority coaches, okay. So minority coaches aren't getting a chance to get hired. They're not getting a chance. They're not getting hired. When in reality, pretty much all the basketball players are minority basketball players, right?
Yeah.
We're at the point where like they're either Hispanic players now or African Americans, and we have, you know, small demographic of white players, right? But then Steve Nash gets hired for the Nets, and nobody complains.
Yeah.
Because they're like, well, it's Steve Nash. Well, that fool's still white, dude.
Yeah.
So why are you not complaining?
Right.
That's where I get an issue.
Right.
It's like, well, because it was Steve Nash, because he's played in the game, and because he was a baller.
Right.
Fine. But you can't complain about it. Like, you either complain all the time or you don't complain, dude.
Right.
You know, like, you can't just pick and choose. That's where it gets tricky.
Yeah.
You know? So, like, let's say, I don't know, let's just say somebody else did it that wasn't it wasn't Kendall Jenner. Somebody that was more liked.
Say it would have been
I don't know. Let's just say
Drake.
Sure. Like, let's just say
it would have got heat from it.
Well, I don't know, because he's a minority, so he wouldn't have gotten
yeah.
it.
And I think what bothers me the most is like the people she was getting heat from, which is mostly like the woke culture.
Yeah, you don't like the woke culture.
Yeah, dude. Like, I mean, not that I don't like them, but
the woke culture is an extreme, though.
Yeah,
that's the issue.
Extremes, yeah.
Like, we're at the point where like everybody thinks you're represented by the woke.
And it's
culture.
like the people that were criticizing her. It was like the same people who think drinking Bucanas is like the most Mexican thing you can do. You know what I mean? When Bucanas is not even a Mexican product.
I have no idea.
It's an Irish family. From Ireland, dude.
Yeah.
Like, legit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, well, your culture appropriating Irish culture.
In reality, pretty much even white people have their own like separate culture.
I mean,
like that's the thing, dude. Like,
isn't it cultures become intertwined, like you said, and then they become mixed?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, technically, historically, we've always culturally appropriated one thing or another. And I think it's the way that you do it and in which way you do it that it becomes insulting. Like, and it becomes problematic or not.
Right.
You know? Like, she did it to start a business, to start selling tequila. I'm pretty sure she hired all these people and she's giving them jobs. Paying them good or not, I mean, I don't know. She still hired them, giving them jobs. To me, that's a good thing, right?
Yeah.
And she's putting the culture, the tequila culture out there, which, I mean, it doesn't need much promotion because I mean,
yeah, you drink tequila. People
it's been out there
time,
for forever. You know what I mean?
She's just being a businesswoman. That's all it is.
Yeah, but and that or like when who was it? It was a singer, like a hip hop artist, like a girl. I forgot who was it. That she got braids, and then she got a bunch of heat for it. I think that one chick that's Australian.
Iggy Azalea?
Yeah, I think so. Then she got braids
Well,
or something.
then that fool Justin Bieber had like dreads the other day.
Yeah, all that. Yeah, and they say, oh, you culturally appropriating. And it's like, I mean, if you're doing it, I mean...
I don't know. I feel like that's just a hairstyle.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
I don't know.
It does come
because
from...
Because that becomes an issue because like... I understand it comes from it, but it's like a hairstyle.
No, but I think... I'm not sure if it was Iggy or not, but whoever it was, I guess they went to an African country.
Yeah.
And then they learned the culture. They spent time with the people. And they did that as a... Like paying homage to what she had learned. I don't think that's bad at all. And I don't think that's cultural appropriation. I think you're paying homage to that culture.
Right.
And I think that's...
I mean, doesn't that go back to the intention?
Yeah, like you said. Like you had said before. Yeah. So I think Kendall's intention is not to make...
Mexicans look
bad. Or the tequila look bad or whatever.
Yeah.
You know? Like you said, it's... like... she's doing it as from the point of being a businesswoman. That's it, you know. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that because I think at one point we all culture appropriate. You know.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. Yeah.
It's like if you go to fucking Culichi Town or those places and then you see Mexicans making sushi, are we culturally appropriating Asian culture?
Yeah.
Then we shouldn't eat it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's
I don't know, dude. I have no idea. I wouldn't be able to. Like, I don't know because I mean.
That's
feel
when
like
it becomes problematic.
I feel like there are, like, there's, I don't know if the word is correct, but like there's nuances between a lot of different things. You know, like there's very key
Like
details.
it has to
of,
be
like,
the situation, right? Every
Yeah,
situation has to
like-
be judged differently.
Yeah, I don't
Especially
know.
when it comes to that.
Yeah, because like what is I guess like at some point, and I think what's the name? Joe Rogan got heat for this. Like at some point, white people aren't gonna be able to do anything.
Oh yeah.
Which is like that's what he said, right?
Yeah.
You know, like something that's kind of what he stated. But I think he was like talking in I don't know if the word is hyperbole or whatever, where he's like over exaggerating it.
Yeah.
You know, but in reality, it's kind of like what it is, right? Like I don't think Justin Bieber thinks that he's better than everybody because he's white.
Yeah.
I just think
yeah.
he enjoys the culture that he's around and
Exactly.
he liked the
he pays
dreads.
homage to the culture
You know,
that
and
he's
he-
around that
yeah.
has helped them come up.
Yeah, like that's the thing. Is like you have to understand the intention. I don't think it's like oh I'm gonna I don't know. I'm gonna try to make these these dreads white.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't know,
But-
like I don't feel that's the intention. I feel like it's more like well I enjoy this.
But
I
that's
like
what I
this.
mean. Like, you know, these people go on and they find a target and they start, you know, giving them heat. This case, Kendall Jenner, like acting like moral warriors. And then, like I said, you have all these other things going on, yet they're still doing those same things, you know? Like I said, like the fucking, like if you go eat somewhere like Chinese food and there's a Mexican making it or vice versa.
Is that cultural?
Is that cultural appropriation? You know what I mean?
I don't know. I mean, depends, I guess, because food is culture. I mean, food is culture. Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Like, yeah, and that's the thing is like, but
Or,
I don't know.
or-
Where do you
or
draw
like-
the line, dude?
Or like those people are like,
Well, I guess the thing it goes back to the definition that it says that if it's somebody of a dominating race, I guess, or so like if you're white, I mean,
but then you're automatically assigning yourself as an inferior race, which I think that's problematic. Because I don't see myself as an inferior race to like, you know, somebody who's white or not.
Yeah. But I guess that's individual, right? I think the idea is like a grand like the grand idea, like in the grand scale of things, where like white people have been privileged throughout the world. I mean, throughout history. I think that's where I think that's the issue now, right? That it's like,
Well, yeah, like
are
what
we
Joe
still
Rogan
at that
said.
point? Are we still at that point right now? And I do understand that white people are benefiting off of their ancestors.
Yeah.
You know, like I do understand that point, but specifically all white people, like I think there's a big issue when you say, well, all white people are racist.
Yeah.
You know, like I think that's a huge issue, right? Because not in reality, then like, I don't know, like
But that's also used as an excuse too, you know, like the whole white people thing.
What do you mean?
Yeah, like oh yeah, the white people had always had. I mean, like you said, they had benefited from their ancestors and stuff.
Well, yeah, I mean they did.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, that's correct. And people act like they can make something out of their life because they're like, oh yeah, you know, the white man keeping us down, or the white man has a hand ahead of us, and it's like we have a lot of friends that have made it pretty far, doing pretty good in life, and they're not white. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the thing. I think that's the issue is that people don't differentiate from Mark Manson's book is responsibility to blame.
Yeah.
Like there's a differentiate. Like you can blame somebody, but you have to take responsibility.
Yeah.
Like you can blame, I don't know, in this example, you can blame, I don't know, like you said, like white, like people say like, oh, the white man keeping me down. You can blame them, but you need to take responsibility for your own life. And I think that's like the difference.
You can't always say like, oh, you know, it's a white, you know,
yeah.
You're gonna die. You're like, oh, it's because the white man. That's why I didn't do shit.
Yeah,
It's
you know what I mean? Like you can blame, but you can't give you have your it's your responsibility. Now that's difficult because in some situations it's more difficult than others.
Yeah.
You know, like the comparison of like living in some type of family compared to another family.
Yeah.
But still, it's still your responsibility. Like you still make the decision.
Yeah.
You know, it's just sometimes it's a lot harder to make the decision, and I just don't know. Like when it comes to culture, I don't know. It's difficult because like you have to see the individual situation, and in reality, I mean, I guess you would have to take a poll. You would have to take a poll like to all like I guess in this case Mexican people, like, did you feel offended by this? Like in reality, in reality, you would have to ask every Mexican person in the world to be like, are you offended or not, and see what.
But you know,
even
there is a gray area because you wouldn't ask all the Mexicans. you would want to ask the indigenous people.
Oh, well, yeah.
You know what I mean? So
the people who actually do dress like she dressed.
Yeah, well, she wasn't exactly dressed
yeah,
like
but
that,
that's the idea, right?
She depicted like those girls in the novelas and stuff. You know what I mean? But that's what I mean. So that
what is your right to tell me how to feel? That's where it gets tricky.
Yeah.
Like when there's people on Twitter that are like, well, you're culture.
No, look, I found another definition. I think this one's better because it's from Oxford.
Like when, I don't know. Here's the issue: is like when there's white people telling other white people, like, "Hey, that's cultural appropriation." It's like, how are you telling? You're not telling other people how they should feel. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You're telling so you're actually trying to be the dominant one here.
Yeah, because
because at the end of the day, it's not you that should be offended. It should be the people that are supposedly offended should be offended.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The indigenous.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I guess. I don't know who the hell dresses like that. But
the indigenous are still being exploited in Mexico. And nobody beeps a fucking word.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, so you're upset at Kendall for...
Yeah, but you're not upset
starting a business and giving these people jobs, but you're not upset at the Mexican government or at the, for...
Who should be upset about, like, when people wear, like, the Native American headdresses and stuff like how that's a big thing when it's like Halloween.
It depends if you're wearing the fucking Native American to fucking make a satirical movie depicting the Native American as as somebody stupid. Then that's offensive. I think that's offensive.
Who should feel offended though?
The Native Americans.
Well, we need to ask them if they feel offended then.
Right?
Wouldn't you?
Yeah, we should.
Like that's the thing. Like what comedians always say too is like.
That's true.
If I'm making fun of a gay person, or if I'm making fun of a trans person, you shouldn't be offended. You
have 100 people who come at you,
and they're not trans. Like, why are you telling me how to feel?
The dude who is trans don't give a fuck.
That's a good question. Yeah.
You know?
That's why we're doing this podcast because I have a lot of good questions.
Okay, look, I got a better definition. So it says a term used to describe the taking over. I don't think she was taking over anything. The taking over of creative or artistic forms, themes, or practices by one culture or group from another. It is in general used to describe Western appropriations of non-Western or non-white forms and carries connotations of exploitation and dominance. The concept has come into literary and visual art criticism by analogy with the acquisition of artifacts. And then it goes on to like the history, like it goes back to expansionism and colonialism and all this other shit. But I don't think she was taking over anything or trying to take over anything. I don't think she's trying to take over the tequila industry. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I don't know. That's it. I don't know.
And then you have all these other dudes like they're Mexican, yes, like promoting like Don Julio. All these other tequilas, and they're not natives, they're not indigenous, so we might be mad at them. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I don't know, dude. It's just annoying that you get all these fucking like people getting mad at her for like stupid reasons, like they. And it was just like I was hearing the Brilliant Idiots, the podcast, and they were talking about how we're fucking.
That podcast still exists.
Yeah, like we're fucking desensitized from everything. Like we don't give a shit. Like we fake care about shit.
Yeah,
it's like there was a shooting and 9 people were dead on Monday, I think.
And
nobody gives a shit, dude.
Yeah,
maybe they cared for a little bit.
Somebody said it was the vaccines. I swear,
like they fake cared, and then it's like, and now it's like, all right, like I heard about it, like I seen it, I was like, fuck, another shooting, and then you text me, you're like 9 people dead, and I was like, so what, and then like,
well, that's the thing because like there's no change, so it's like you've been
exactly,
you've been at the point where it's like, oh, another shooting, okay, well,
yeah, exactly.
Tell me something new. Like you wouldn't be able to tell me anything new. You know what I mean? Like it was,
and that's why like when like they were talking about how like the police shootings and the protests, they're like, yeah, just let them protest, they'll get over it.
That's just how it is. I think that's just human nature. No?
Yeah.
Human nature is like time. Like you eventually get over it.
But I mean, like, when it keeps happening, you become desensitized from it.
Look at Ted Cruz. He left freaking Texans in the middle of a blizzard, and that no one's like they're like already over it.
No, but I'm saying like when it happens constantly, and nothing gets
Yeah, eventually,
done,
yeah,
then
exactly.
you become
just
desensitized.
Like, oh well,
You know what I mean? Like imagine a school shooting back when we were in high school.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm sure it happened.
It did happen.
It did. It happened before us.
Yeah.
Columbine.
And like it was like
Yeah, it's sad.
historic.
They try to blame. They try to
like
blame
it's
a
in
bunch of
history
random
books
people.
and it's all this shit, you
Yeah.
know. But none
they-
of these
and they try to
shootings are
blame-
gonna be in history books now.
Yeah, it's like, and they start trying to blame everything.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, like they exactly.
It's like
they-
9/11 was a huge deal.
Yeah,
But if somebody would fly planes into a building every month, you'll be like,
yeah,
fuck.
Yeah, another plane. Yeah.
But something got done
It's
in
like
order
the
to
bombing.
stop it.
It's like the bombings in like the Middle East. It's like they happening every day, dude.
yeah.
But it's like they're
Like the
happening
Middle,
every day.
like when you say the Middle East, like right away you start thinking like bombs, fucking, you know.
you become desensitized because it happens so often. It's like
Yeah.
everything, right? It's like when you when you watch a show so often, you're like, oh, dude, I'm already over it.
But you become desensitized, and also you start fake caring. You know, because like you kind of, not that you care about it, but you just want to be part of it. You want to be part of it. You know,
yeah, so you try to say something.
You
like,
post about it, you tweet about it, you put it on Instagram or on Snapchat, whatever. You put it everywhere. You know, but it's not really that you care about what's going on. It's just you saying like, "Hey, look, I'm here, like, and I'm paying attention. Now give me a like, you know. Now give me a share." So it's there was like that's what they're saying too. Like it's pretty much ego. You know, it just feeds your ego.
Yeah.
Because you don't really care. You just care about the attention that event is going to get you.
Isn't
like
that
when
what
the
that
France shooting, remember the France?
Yeah.
Like, and everybody posted their flag.
Yeah.
But not because they cared.
It's because
they're like,
that's what everybody was doing.
Yeah. And then if you had it, like it labeled you like, oh yeah. You care. And then like all these other shootings happen. It's like, where the fuck are the flags for that?
Yeah.
Where are the flag for the San
Well,
Bernardino shooting?
Isn't that what that fool that I sent you, that comedian, Anthony Jeselnik, like thoughts and prayers or whatever?
Oh yeah. Thoughts
like,
and prayers.
you're actually being more selfish because you're not necessarily doing anything.
Yeah, you're not doing anything.
So you and me are pretty much the same. You just weren't funny at it, and I was.
Yeah.
Or something like you said something like that.
But isn't it crazy
Dude,
though? Like
so,
like when you think about it, like when something happens and like people right away go post about it or like, oh, my thoughts and prayers and this and that.
Well,
like,
that's the thing too. We're getting to a point. I feel like we're getting to a point now that, like, it's not even talked about. Like, people are nobody's posting about San Jose.
Yeah,
like I haven't seen like, oh man, gunfire.
Yeah,
it was just like, damn, bro. Another.
And if you remember the shootings back then, it was like,
like when the kid, like
right
when
away,
the schooling got shot.
And now it's like, fuck, you know, how many today?
Yeah,
exactly.
Know? And that's what that fool David Pacman, he does, the fool that does YouTube and stuff. And he's like, honestly, I'm not going to cover it because I've already covered so many that I can't really tell. Like, he's like, what am I going to tell you new, dude? Like, we're at the point where nobody's doing anything about it because Republicans just want to continue this and Democrats. And he's like, what am I going to tell you new that happened? Like, 9 people died, dude. Like, what do you want? Like, I don't want to say anything. Say, I will cover it in a different way.
Yeah.
With what these other people said about this, but I'm not gonna cover that specific thing.
Yeah.
You know, and that's when he showed like the Fox News saying like, well, now that they have vaccines, they're coming now. They feel safe. These people were scared before, and that's why they stayed inside. But now with the vaccine, it's like, so he's like blaming vaccines.
What the fuck?
Like, yeah, exactly.
Stupid.
And I don't know.
But that goes back to my point about Kendall. You know, like these people don't really give a shit about it. And it was mostly Mexican teens and the woke culture coming at her because it's not that they give a shit about the indigenous people or about Mexican culture. Because first of all, I would guarantee you a lot of those people don't know shit about Mexican culture, you know? And it's not so much about that they care. It's just so much like, oh shit, they're poking at her. Let me go show how Mexican I am by poking at her too, you know, or how much I care about cultural appropriation by saying something as well.
The point about it was like teens and stuff like that. Why do you think when people are younger, they tend to always be a lot more liberal? Like where they, they're more quote unquote woke.
Yeah.
You know, why do you think that happens? Why do you think like it was, like Hispanic or Mexican teens who are out there saying this and being, like you say, woke in this woke culture? Like, is school, because that's a big conservative point, right? Like they always say,
that shit.
like colleges make you liberal or school makes you liberal or school
Well, I
station.
think it just depends where you look at it.
I just think
Because in
when
California, you're going to
younger,
have liberals fucking young or old. But, I mean, I don't know if we go to fucking, I don't want to say Texas, like a southern state where it's
like Tennessee.
Yeah, something like that. You don't know, like, if the teenagers are the same.
I just think generally, I think genuinely, when you're younger, you tend to care about more people. Like you're like in this together. And as you get older and as you get more jaded with life, like shit doesn't go your way.
Yeah.
You're just like, I just need to worry about me. And that's kind of like the biggest difference between, conservatives and liberals, right? Like liberals think, oh, we're all in this together. We need to help each other. And conservatives are like, nah, we're individual, baby. Let's try to make it work.
Yeah.
And I feel like as you get older, because that's the way that I'm going, right? Like I'm going like, I was really liberal in the beginning, and then I'm still liberal, but in the sense of like I'm being a lot more conservative. Like from when I was younger, I thought guns were horrible. I thought we should have like really strict gun laws and stuff like that. And as I get older, I'm like, I don't think that's the issue. So I'm not gonna say that people shouldn't have guns.
Yeah.
I really don't think that's the issue. And I if I was like running for political office, I would be like, I think people should have guns.
I would say because of what you said, you start getting more life experience. You start learning more.
Yeah.
I mean, because if you talk to like an average teen, yeah, I mean, right here in California, they're gonna be more liberal.
Yeah.
But if you talk to like a teen who's like really, really smart, they might not.
They might think.
And I'm not talking smart like, oh, they get good grades in school.
Don't
I'm talking
you
about like smart,
Yeah. Don't you think? Don't you think like politics kind of work in reverse?
What do you mean?
Like they're there to serve you, right?
Yeah.
But not necessarily.
That's the point. I mean, that was supposed to be the point.
So like, why not? Like, let's say you're running a campaign. My ideal person that would run a campaign would be like, hey, I'm not gonna run off of my issues. I'm gonna run off of your issues. So this is a democracy.
Yeah.
You may not agree with that. You may disagree, but like people are not smart enough for democracy. You can have all these debates about democracy or not. But let's say that I'm running for office and I win. And my thing was like, we're doing this I'm not going to tell you what my views are because I'm working for you.
Yeah.
Like you are adults who are voting for me, I'm working for you. A topic, abortion, let's just say.
Yeah.
And I'm in a city, I'm going to go into, I'm going to go into the government and I have to vote if the abortion should be legal or not, whatever, right? And I just go, well, I'm going to ask my people. And if in my state, in my city, 75% of them think abortion should be illegal, even if I think it's legal, well, this is what my people are saying. I have to go vote for those.
Yeah.
And I feel like it works in the reverse. It's like, I'm telling you what I believe and this is what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
And you basically just try to hope to fit into wherever, well, that guy kind of believes in more of the things that I believe.
Yeah.
But maybe he doesn't believe in everything. Like, because, for example, Democrats are highly against, like, charter schools and stuff like that. And I work in a charter school, And it's like, well, dude, I have, I'm very socially liberal.
Yeah.
And I think, gay people should have rights and shit like that. So I'm going to vote for the Democrat.
Yeah.
But in reality, like, maybe at times they might hurt me because they may want to shut down charter schools because that's kind of what they, So, like, that's always been my, issues. Like, they serve us. So how come they're telling us what they believe and I have to vote off of them? We should be telling them what we believe and they should vote off of us. Like in the reverse, dude. Like, everything should be based off of the people you serve. Like, you want me to vote for this? Okay, I'm going to make everybody... Dude, it's not that hard to send out a poll, dude, to their cell phones. Like, we're living in the 21st century.
Yeah.
Like, sign up for this poll.
Yeah, like, there's being, like, legit workers for the people.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Like, gun control. Like, let's say gun control. Like, you may be, like, totally against gun control. But if your people are like, hey, we think we need gun control, it's your job to go fight for your people. They voted you, dude.
Yeah.
Like, that's my whole idea. I don't understand that, dude.
Yeah.
And almost everybody falls amongst the lines. Like, there's nobody that's 100% liberal and nobody's 100% conservative. Should gay people have rights? You may be extremely conservative financially, but super liberal, like, socially. And like, well, I think they should have rights. And you may get, like, 90% people say gay people should have rights. But in a gun control thing, you may see like the opposite.
Right.
Do you know? Like, well, I think everybody should have guns. And that's like a complete opposite thing. But it's like, why not have it that way, dude? I just don't get it. Like, I don't, dude.
I don't know, dude.
I think it's the reverse. I honestly think it's the reverse. I think that's how everybody everywhere should work. We're in the 21st century, dude. You can send me a poll and I can just fucking click. That's like, this is what you should vote.
That's how we started, right?
Yeah.
The people of the United States wanted to be free. And they're like, all right, you guys want to be free? We'll write a fucking letter to the king. Yeah. And then we'll throw tea in the water.
Yeah.
And then we'll just run around until they get tired and then they fucking free us. And then we win. Yeah. Independence.
I don't know. I just feel like it's reversed, dude. What do you think? What is your thought?
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
like, do you think that would work? Like, be like, hey, I'm not gonna run off of my beliefs. I'm just gonna do. This is gonna be my campaign. For every vote I have to do, I'm gonna send you a poll, and I want everybody to vote off of this poll, and I'm just gonna go off. I'll show you the instant results, bro. I do it in class. Yeah. Like A, yes, B, no. And you can show literally instantaneously. Yeah. This is what you voted.
But then what about the minority who are against?
This is a democracy. Yeah. This is the issue. Like, if you want to live here, it's a democracy.
It's a republic.
So this is what, it's your job to persuade your neighbor, dude. It's not my job. Yeah. At the end of the day, is it not you're like, hey, you need to, like, it's not my job to persuade them. Yeah. I'm just doing whatever. Don't get mad at me. Your neighbor voted against this. Do you know? Like, that's, in reality, it's a democracy. The question is, what kind of Noam Chomsky talks about this. What kind of democracy do you really want? Right. And like Madison had a democracy where it's like it's only like the rich people, right? White people that get to vote. And I think it's that Aristotle had like everybody should get to vote. And I'm like, fuck it, everybody vote. Let's go, everybody. You know, like here, English, Spanish, fucking. You can translate shit in like 10 seconds, dude. This is where I'm at, dude.
But then I don't know, like I said, like the people who are weird on the opposite side, yeah, whether they're mad or not, like they will not feel represented by that candidate, you know, by whoever's running the fucking state or country or whatever.
Well, that's not true, because when they vote on another side and they get their way, they'll be like, well, yeah, this person. At the end of the day, you're doing, like, if you want to live in a democracy, then whatever, like, you're never going to feel represented 100%. Right. Unless you're the person who is running and you're the dictator of
we have that right now, you know, like people saying, oh, Biden not my president. And then 3 years ago, we had Trump not my president.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's like, he is your president. That's just what it is. Yeah. Trump was your president for 4 years, everybody. If you're listening to this podcast, Trump was your president. Doesn't matter if you put it on your social...
No, not mine, dude.
Social media.
I'm not a citizen here.
Well, Trump was the president of the United States. Biden is the president now. Yeah. So if you're putting Trump is still the president, you're wrong. Yeah, dude. Stop believing in conspiracy theories, you morons. But that's my belief. If you guys want to vote for me, I say vote for me, dude. Because I feel like that's how it should work.
Tina 2020.
No, I have to be older. Yeah. I wouldn't be old enough. For president, 35. So it would have to be the 4 years. Dude, I'm only going to be 34. Fuck. In 4 years, 2024?
And if you keep reading the way you are, dude, damn.
Yeah, I have doubt, dude.
You can have a C average.
No?
Like Bush. You could.
Oh, I can. But I wouldn't vote like that. I'm telling you, dude. I would do everything. I would run
for... Be like, all right, what the fuck do you guys want?
Yeah. And be like, majority rules, baby. This is democracy. Isn't this not democracy? Yeah. At the end of the day, like, hey, I'm going for the Senate of the...
But then, like, I'll be the mayor.
I'll be the mayor of Upland.
But wouldn't it be hard, though? Because, like you said, some people might be financially liberal.
Yeah, and when it's time to vote for that, you vote that way. Yeah, you vote that way. You vote individually. Do you think we should raise taxes? Yes or no? Boom. Easy money. Do you think we should raise taxes on people that... Look, dude, it's not that hard, dude. Look. Do you think we should raise taxes on people who make $300,000 and more? Yes or no? Yes.
Oh, okay. You're saying like each issue.
Whenever I have to go vote in the Senate, I'm gonna be like, "This is what we're voting on." You tell me what I should vote on.
Okay, so let's go back here. So you're gonna be. I'm gonna be for the. You're gonna apply. You're gonna work for the people.
I'm gonna run. I'm gonna get voted in.
You're gonna send out 100 polls.
No, I'm gonna send it out to everybody, baby. Cell phones work like instantly.
No. Yeah. I'm saying 100 polls with 100 issues on them.
No. Like, every time I have to go vote, I'm gonna send that issue.
What do you mean?
Like, pick an issue, dude.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. So you're gonna send like
not 100. I'm gonna send it to everybody's cell phone.
No, I know. I'm saying like the amount of issues necessary that people need to vote on.
Yeah, so like if we're voting on one issue,
that's what I'm saying. If you're voting, like say 100 issues, you're gonna send out 100 issues to everybody.
Yeah,
and say, okay, vote on this, yes or no.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, it wouldn't be 100. There's no way.
I know. I'm saying.
But like 2 at a time, for example, maybe we're voting next week or something.
Yeah.
Like, do you think we should raise taxes on people who make $300,000 or more?
So you're saying we shouldn't.
Like it shouldn't be like I believe in.
We shouldn't vote for somebody. Somebody should come in work for us.
Yeah, and then that person sends the polls out.
Yeah.
This will be my campaign.
Voting. There's no voting.
This is my campaign. No. Yeah, this will be my campaign. There is voting. This will be my campaign. I'm running for the Senate.
But how would you get in the first place?
Listen, okay, explain. I get in. This is my campaign, dude.
All right, dude.
You know how when people go like, "What are you gonna do, Biden?" Yeah.
If AMC takes off, I'll finance your campaign.
Listen. What are you gonna do with the student debt? What are you gonna do with the student debt? I'm gonna say I don't know. I'm just gonna ask my voters. My process is this. And any issue that you ask me right now is gonna be my same question, my same answer. I'm just gonna ask my voters, the people who live in my state. For example, let's say I'm running for Senate, so I'm having a debate with this other guy. Well, what do you believe in? It doesn't matter what I believe in. I work for the people. That's it. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then, okay, well, what about abortion? It doesn't matter. It's whatever the people want to vote for.
Okay.
So what are you going to do? Well, every time there's a poll, we have cell phones. They're pretty smart nowadays, if you guys don't know.
Well, isn't that how it works, though? Wait. Isn't that how it works on the issues, though, individually? Like abortion, going...
Yeah, I'm not too sure. That would be... Yeah, exactly.
So what the fuck do the representatives do?
Yeah, exactly. So that's the thing. Okay. so like bigger things, like federal stuff. So like raising like federal taxes.
Yeah.
Making abortion legal federally or not. That's going to be the biggest thing.
Right.
Right? So then you go, okay, well, what about student tuition? What do you think about that? Whatever my people say.
Right.
Right? And then it'd be like the majority rules. I'm going to say this is the free and as clear as a democracy. Right. Well, how are you going to do that? Well, we have smartphones. I'll send out a poll. If you want to be in this poll and want to be really involved in this democracy, it's simple. Yeah, you type in your name. You make sure you're registered as a voter. You type in your name, your number. You'll get a poll every time I have to go vote. Topic. Give me a topic.
No, but that's what I'm saying. That's how issues are resolved already.
No. Not federally.
No?
You're talking about statewide. Like, should people go to jail for life or should they get killed?
Okay.
Yeah. Talking about federally. I'm running for Senate, bro.
Oh, okay.
I'm running for Senate. Okay. I'm debating fucking Nancy Pelosi.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Or I'm debating, let's say I run in New York. I'm debating AOC.
How do you get into Senate, though?
She's in the representative.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I get voted.
Okay.
I'm in, baby, because my campaign was legit. Am I not right?
Okay, so it's specifically for senators and...
Yeah, for people who work in the federal government. I have to go to D.C.
Yeah. So you can't be mayor then?
I can't be mayor.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, mayor. Yeah, nah.
You can't, dude.
So
you let people down.
Okay, I'm in the Senate. Well, what is going to be a campaign? Whatever. The people are going to vote, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Should we raise taxes? Whatever it is. If 51% say yes,
do it.
That's it. That's the democracy. Now, if you're mad at me for doing this, then you really don't like a democracy. So I think you should be mad at yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, I'm here to work for you.
Yeah.
And if you want to live in a democracy, that's what it is.
Then you should leave.
It's your job to understand your neighbor. It's your job to live together. It's your job to understand your neighbor and try to move forward. And try to persuade them if you want to persuade them. That's your deal. If not, let them vote, and whatever happens, happens. And if they go, well, what do you believe? It's like, it doesn't matter what I believe. I'm not here to express my belief. I'm here to express the belief of the people who live here. And sure, I can vote too because I'm a person, right? So, but I'm only one vote.
Yeah.
You know, and it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, right? So, because at the end of the day, your idea is that people are going to be everywhere within votes, right?
Yeah.
Like I said, people are going to be like super conservative when it comes to gun rights, but maybe they'll be super liberal when it comes to human rights. So, do you want to make tougher gun laws federally? And if 90% say no, even if I believe they should, it doesn't really matter. 90% say no. I'm going to go vote no.
Yeah.
And let's say, well, do you want to make,
But isn't that how it works already or no?
What do you mean? No, dude. Because like you have to pick. Let's say you're super liberal, and your options are AOC or a conservative.
So they pick
AOC, who's
for everybody.
It's pretty much a socialist, right? I mean, pretty much
She's a
what she believes.
No, just kidding.
What she believes, right?
Yeah.
So you may not be socialist though.
Okay, so
but you're not conservative
without the consent of the people.
And they pick based off of what they believe.
Oh, okay, yeah, I see what you're saying.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Like they're like, well, I think like AOC's like, I think we should be closer to socialism, but you can be extremely liberal, like socially, like you want whatever, like rights or whatever it is, and you don't want to vote for a conservative who's going to take. Maybe you have a son who's gay, and you're like, well, that conservative is trying to take away my son's rights. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I have to vote for a socialist.
Right.
Like she shouldn't be a socialist and he shouldn't be a conservative. Why not just be like, I'm going to vote for whatever the majority of my people say? Because everybody, like I said, everybody's going to lie amongst somewhere in between. Right? Like in my own opinion, I think when it comes to gun rights, I think I would be like, well, let people have it. I don't know. The other solution hasn't really worked. I'm not going to say other solution. We haven't really had another solution. But nothing's really going to work. So the society is messed up. If people want to have guns, whatever, I guess for right now, right? Because nothing's really going to change. But in this other side, I'm going to be over here with like, LGBT rights and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm going to be over here. So in 2 votes, I'm in a completely different sides, right? In abortion, maybe I'll be on one side. And in, I don't know, whatever other right, I'm going to be on the other side.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, but I'm either voting for somebody who's a Democrat or somebody who's a Republican.
Yeah.
And they're like everywhere as well because they're just like me, dude. You know what I mean? Like they may think one way or the other, but they have to be labeled as that because that's what our parties are at. So my campaign would be, I'm just gonna vote for whatever you guys vote.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you guys want to raise taxes so that it specifically goes to the schools? Okay, sure. If you think that's the solution. I may not think that, but if that's what my people want, then that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Oh, my people don't want to do that? Okay, well, I won't vote. Even though maybe I do think that's the right solution. But I'm not here to express my thoughts. I'm here to express the thoughts of my people, dude. It doesn't matter if they go against me. The issue is that there's so much personal stake that you want to do everything yourself. And then you say, well, this is what my people want. Well, you don't really know, dude, because you're just doing what you think. Well, they voted for me, so they must believe what everything I say is right. It's like, no, dude.
That's the problem.
And that's the problem. Federally. Yeah, like Bernie Sanders, like Elizabeth Warren, like Ted Cruz, like, I don't know who else is out there doing it anymore. That's just my opinion. I just don't understand why nobody... Yeah, I should.
I don't know. It's probably a conspiracy theory behind that.
No, there's probably be like somebody who killed me or something, dude.
Yeah, like Kennedy.
Yeah. I just don't understand
the magic
it.
bullet.
I just don't understand it.
Yeah.
Like, I would do that everywhere.
I don't know. We'd have to look into it, like, into the whole, like...
I mean, I'm telling you...
Why isn't it... I'm pretty sure, like, somebody probably thought about that or brought it up or something, and why the system's designed this specific way. Like, I'm not an expert in politics. It would be cool to bring a fucking expert in politics. But it would be cool to look into it and see why it's designed this way, specifically. You know?
I'm sure my idea wouldn't work. Because of some system that... Yeah. But I'm just saying that I think that's how it should work.
Yeah.
But, I mean, why not, dude?
Yeah,
I mean, you're probably everywhere, too. Like, in the spectrum. Like, I'm pretty sure you're not always on one side or the other.
Yeah, I don't like to...
By the way you talk, I can tell.
I don't like to say, like, I'm a conservative or I'm a liberal. Yeah. Like, I don't like to just hop on one side and...
But even amongst arguments, like, specific topics.
Yeah.
Like,
I think it varies from, like...
Topic to topic.
Not just topic to topic, but like situation to situation. Like you say, we have to judge it differently.
Yeah.
Accordingly.
Like I think in a
you can't just generalize every situation.
Like in the situation, for example, of like the defunding the police.
Yeah.
Like in some situations you'll be on one side, in some situations you'll be on another.
And that's what I was hearing today on the radio. Like this guy was like, I think it was Antonio Brown. That he called the police and didn't show up because...
The football player?
I'm not sure if it was a football player or something, but he called the police and they never showed up because they put him in this list of like non-emergency things, like accidentally, and it was an emergency. I didn't really hear the whole thing, but something along those lines. And the guy from the radio is like, see, that's what happens when you want to defund the police and this and that. Like, the police will not show up. And then they moved on to the next story, which was the kid that got shot in Orange County.
Dude. I just read it today.
Yeah. And then they moved on. And in my head, I was thinking, if we apply that same logic from defund the police, I can say, well, see, this is what happens when you want to legalize guns.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same logic.
It is the same fucking logic.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fucked up with the kid, but like, yeah, that's what like, if you want to go like to the extreme and say, yeah, that's what happens when you want to defund the police, because we all know defunding the police doesn't mean like, like cut off the police, like disband the police. It's different. It's just defund the police is a bad term. But like I said, it can be applied to that kid getting shot and say, see, this is what happens when you want to legalize all guns on the extreme end.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Like, that's the problem with sometimes logic, that it's contradictory. It contradicts in different areas.
Yeah.
Because if you say that to them, they'll be like, "Oh, damn, that is the same logic."
Yeah.
They'll make an excuse like, "It's not the same thing. You're trying to compare."
Yeah.
Like, this is the same. Like, this happens to me all the time. Like, you're comparing apples to oranges. Is like, nah, I'm not really. Yeah. Because I'm not comparing the situation. I'm comparing your logic.
Yeah.
Like, that's the problem that people don't understand. Is like, I'm not comparing the situations. Somebody, doing this, somebody doing that is a completely different situation.
Yeah.
I'm comparing your logic, the way you were thinking, not what's happened.
Same thing with the Kendall thing.
Yeah.
It's like, why do we point at her but not at all these other people who are culture appropriating?
Yeah.
Why do you drink Bucanas? Why do you have a Pemex sticker? Why do you do all that shit?
Yeah.
If you're culture appropriating other cultures.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree, man.
But
hey, shout out to Alan if you're still listening. It's an hour and 40 minutes. I know. Does Alan listen or no?
Alan? He said yeah. And Chewy.
Chewy listens too?
Yeah.
Shout out to Chewy.
Shout out to Chewy. And Nick.
And Nick, the homie Nick. I don't know who he is, but...
always listens.
He does?
Yeah. He's a boomer who likes to invest in dividend stocks.
Oh, yeah? Coca-Cola?
Yeah.
What else is it? I don't know. Dude. Bank of America.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah. I have Bank of America. 5 stocks.
Nah.
Big dividends, baby. Just kidding.
I just swing trade every day.
Swing trade? Yeah. Jesus. How much have you made? Nothing, huh?
Yeah,
last time I saw it, dude, you were all red. You're like, dude, it's because I took money. I was like, that's not how it works, dude.
Yeah.
That's not how it works,
dude.
No, it doesn't, dude. No, it doesn't.
It does,
I'll prove it to you.
Let me see.
I'll prove it to you. Because of the following.
No, I took a big L in February when the market fucking crashed.
You took a big L. You have to click awe, dude. When you click awe, I started with $6,000. Do you see how much I have in there right now? Yeah. I started with $6,000. And if you click all, that's how much you've made.
Let me see.
Even if you take it out.
Yeah,
okay, but if you go one day, yeah.
No, not one day.
What do you want me to click?
Just like...
Damn, look at it.
Drag on the chart to the left. Click on all.
Uh-huh.
And then just like click on the chart. Yeah, right there. But
yeah, because it went down.
6,000.
Yeah, because it went down. Oh, and the free stock. I started with... No, because I took it out.
That doesn't make sense.
No, listen, I took $3,000 out.
Yeah.
I took $3,000 out.
Uh-huh.
Right? So I took that money out. $3,000 out. So when I didn't have... When I had the $3,000 out or in there, it would be whatever, this plus the $3,000.
Yeah.
So when you show me, you're like, it's because I took money out. Nah, dude, it's because you lost money, dude.
Nah, there's no way, dude. Yeah, I lost that much money, dude. It was
I swear to God, that's how it works. That's how it works.
It's different.
No, dude, that's how it works. Trust me, because I thought the same thing, dude. And no,
I know I took a big L, but it wasn't that big.
Dude. No, dude. It's not taking it out.
Trust me, it wasn't that big.
You want to see? If I take out money right now, it's not gonna go down, dude. It's just gonna say the amount. It's gonna say how much you've made.
I don't know. And it'll look at the chart.
It'll eliminate, dude. You're giving me bad advice right here.
I'm serious, dude. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice.
Yeah. All right, everybody. We're gonna end it here.
We're gonna cut it here.
Have a wonderful
weekend, long Memorial Day.
We'll see you one day.
Stay safe.
I'll see everybody like 5 weeks from now.
Don't culturally appropriate anybody.
Yeah. Read some books.
Don't listen to our financial advice.
So you got one
do your own due diligence. Follow your own.
Other than the Mark Manson.
Oh yeah, I recommend that book to everybody. Mark Manson.
Yeah. Other than that one, recommend another one.
Not giving a fuck.
Recommend another one. Go. You got
another book. The Prince by Niccolo Machiavelli. That one's a little...
Yeah.
It's
You're
a
going to
little
take like
tougher
8 years to read that
Nah,
book.
it's a little short book. It's probably like 100 and something pages. It's not bad. It's pretty dope, though.
100 and something pages.
Dude, it's like 120 pages. Yeah, exactly. It's a little book. It's not hard. Yeah.
No. I only read books with 1,000 pages.
Yeah.
I'm just
Oh,
kidding.
fuck.
Yeah, my first book was the Bible.
God damn.
I'm just kidding. Nah. Yeah. I highly suggest if you want to read something that's nonfiction and about life, I would Mark Manson or Malcolm Gladwell, and those would be my two.
The Outliers.
But from what I understand, he has 3 really good books.
Yeah.
Outliers, The Tipping Point, and Talking to Strangers are his 3 big books that a lot of people like. There's also Blink, but Blink had like more of a, from what it seems like, it's like a corporation thing where he like thinking without thinking or some shit like that.
Oh, also 1986
What is that one?
or 1984. I always get those fucking dates confused.
Is that? But that's a novel.
George
isn't it?
Orwell? Yeah.
That's a novel though.
Yeah, it's a dystopia. It's pretty dope.
I don't read novels.
Dude, it's pretty dope.
Is it?
It's like a novel predicting what's going on or what's.
Did you ever read
happen.
The Tale of Two Cities?
No.
Yeah, me neither. I was just wondering because J. Cole has a song about
Animal
that.
Farm too.
But it's the idea.
Animal Farm.
What the hell is
George
that?
Orwell.
Oh, he wrote all. You read that one too?
Those are his 2 most famous books. Too.
You read them both?
Check it out. Yeah.
Do you read them or you listen to? And
I
you
read them. Yeah, I don't want to pay for the audio.
I don't pay, dude. Libby, everybody check it out. Libby, Libby. If you have a library card, free audiobooks.
Fuck.
Libby does not sponsor this podcast. All right, everybody, we're out of here. All right,
vote Tina 2024. Let's go.
Yeah. Vote for yourselves. Remember that.